beautiful podcast family. I am so glad to be back with you all here in 2025. It is a brand new year, and I am looking forward to everything this year has in store for us. I know it's been a couple of weeks since I've been on the podcast. I took a couple weeks to just try to relax and refresh and get back on track. Oh goodness, here I go. Yawning already. I'm sorry, guys. So, long story short, I did not get much relaxing done. I spent 2 weeks reorganizing, going through things, just cleaning out with the old, in with the new. That's my whole thing for 2025. Went through a crazy breakup, like all the things that you think would not happen around the holidays happened around my holidays, but I am doing fine. I'm embracing the lessons, and I'm just taking this opportunity to be by myself this year and to really look at the things that I need to work on, look at the things that I keep attracting, and just really just pray and focus and be patient and humble and just wait to see what God has in store for me, because I'm so excited about it. I know this is going to be an amazing year. I just know, I have a feeling. I'm not sure if I mentioned on the last podcast episode, but we finally have a trial date coming up for my daughter Hayden's murder. The trial date is not until June, which seems so far away. But here we are a year and a half later, and we still haven't been to trial. So June is June, and I'll take it. I'm thankful for everything that the prosecutors have done so far, working on this case and getting everything together and just helping us. I mean, they have been amazing for us through this whole process and keeping us in the loop, just touching base, checking on us. It's been so reassuring and so helpful to just continually know that they're thinking about us. They want to keep us involved. They want to get this moving. They're doing the best that they can. And we're trusting the process. We're trusting God. We're trusting whatever is going to be, will be. And we just have to be patient and get there. Also, over the holidays, I have some good news. I'm going to be a grandma. I'm so excited. My daughter, Kylie, and her amazing boyfriend are expecting their baby in August. That's kind of bittersweet for us, as you all know. August 2nd is Kylie's birthday. Also, unfortunately, the same day that Hayden was killed. So that's a tough day for us. The due date for the baby is August the 3rd. If she's anything like her mother, she's going to have that baby late. So sometime the first week of August or so, that baby will be born. Healthy and beautiful is all we're praying for. Boy or girl, we don't know yet. We're just excited for this opportunity and this journey and this blessing. And we know that it's just going to add so much back to our life. And any baby just adds that just joy, such joy to a family, So we're looking forward to that. It's going to be something great. So this year is bringing so many great, amazing things. So we've been kicking off 2025 doing great and amazing things as well. So I started off this year volunteering a little bit at the local shelter for homeless here in our area at the Watts Center. So that was a great experience for me. I'd never volunteered at a shelter before. So that was very humbling and very rewarding for me. I did that on Christmas Day. So it was kind of like a little Christmas gift that I could give to someone else and to myself, because I was going through it. It's the same day that I was going through this crazy breakup, like it had just begun Christmas Eve. So I just needed to do something that made me feel good, because I was really feeling, worried, anxious, triggered, all the things at this point in the whole mix. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to sit here and cry. I'm not going to sit here and be sad. I'm not going to sit here and worry. I am going to go and do something productive with myself and with my time. So I went and I volunteered, and it was so great. I had some great conversations. I met some amazing people and was able to just listen to them and provide some fellowship for them that they don't get every day. So if you ever get a chance to volunteer at a shelter, I highly recommend that you do so, because it was a very rewarding experience, and I'll definitely do it again. I'd love to take my children with me as well. And we've continued to hand out our Helping the Homeless bags with hygiene and food products, just like, crackers, jerky, waters, personal hygiene items for females and males, all of the above, first aid, blankets, gloves, hats, hand warmers, all the things that they need. It's so cold outside right now. I don't know about where you guys are, where you're listening from right now, but I'm in Virginia, and we got some snow last week, which it's still bitterly cold outside. Still snow everywhere. I'm so thankful for my neighbors. They plow my driveway so I don't have to shovel that thing, because I hate shoveling. I hate being cold. You guys know that. I do not like to be cold. If it's not 70, I'm not okay. I'm embracing the snow this year and trying to welcome it and love it again like I once did. But if I had it my way, I would be somewhere tropical from October until May of every single year, and I wouldn't come back because I do not like to be cold. My kids are sledding right now with their dad and having a great time. They've been doing lots of sledding this week. But they've been great too. They've been helping organize and rearrange. They're so excited to be little aunties and uncles. So they're really like, let's get the house organized, like all the things. So it's great. It's been a great 2 weeks. Some stress was involved, but like I said, I'm embracing the lessons, and I am not bitter or sad or angry. I'm just humble. I'm humble. I'm trusting that everything that happened was exactly how it was supposed to be, and that God has something better in plan. God has something bigger in the plan for me. So, and for the other person, like, everything that we go through is a stepping stone to get us to where we are destined to be. So it's okay to be on different paths and different journeys than somebody you thought you were on the same journey with. Sometimes that fork comes in the road, and we each have to make a choice. And sometimes that choice is not in the same direction. It's in opposite directions, and that's okay. It's okay. We don't ever have to follow that same path that we've always been on. I was read or heard somewhere the other day, change doesn't just come to you. You have to get up and go. So that right there, like, if you continue on the same path all the time, the same path that you've been on for 20 years, nothing's going to change for you. If you want that path to change, you got to get up and move in a different direction. You've got to move in a different way. So that's something that I've really been thinking about over the last couple of weeks, and I've made an amazing new friendship that I hope will be lifelong. So I'm thankful for that, and just thankful for new opportunities and new growth and new friendship, new beginnings, everything great. And I got a new car. So that wasn't in the plan either, but here we are. So if y'all see me working 2 jobs, you're going to know why, but that's okay, because we do what we got to do, right? I have a teenager that'll be driving next year. So yeah, so it's all the things we do as a parent. But thank you so much for joining. If this is your first time listening to me on the podcast, I know this is not the traditional episode. Today, I'm not really talking about a trauma or a specific topic or anything like that. I'm just welcoming you all in the new year. Thanking you for being here with me and coming back and listening in today. I hope all of you had an amazing, amazing holiday. If you are grieving this holiday season, whether it's a fresh grief or whether it's a grief that you've been carrying for years and years, my heart is with you and my soul is with you. I had the opportunity to spend some time with a very dear friend of mine over this holiday season, who really struggles with a tremendous loss and grief. And she's just an amazing friend, an amazing person. And I felt so blessed to have that opportunity to spend such a special, not, I guess special day, but very, very hard, very trying day with her. And just be together and let her know that she's not alone. We're not alone in this grief journey and in any of this. There's always somebody here for you. If you feel like you're alone, you can, like I said, always, 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 always tell you guys, if you ever feel like you're alone, you just need to chat. People message me on our Facebook page all the time, Podcast Pocket Full of Sunshine. You can email me at podcastpocketfullofsunshine@gmail.com. I'm on TikTok, all the platforms, Podcast Pocket Full of Sunshine. We did something amazing for my daughter. My daughter Hayden's birthday would be coming up in January 30th. She should be turning 20, but she's not. She's forever 18. But when Hayden was 9, she had all of her friends bring a gift for her to her birthday party that she could donate to the hospital for children that were sick, and so that those kids would have toys to play with while they were sick and in the hospital, admitted and, stuck there. So this year, my family and I decided to do the same thing for Hayden's birthday. So we created a wish list. We created a wish list on Amazon, and we put it out there on our social media pages, and we had all of these amazing toys, blankets, just little trinkets, fidgets, all kinds of sensory things, play tables, so many items on this list that I didn't think we were going to get nearly of what we got, right? So we put this link out there on our social media pages and said, like, this year for Hayden's birthday, we're giving back in her memory. All of these toys will be donated to Inova Fairfax Hospital, since that is where Hayden was in the final hours of her life. So I think it was within 4 or 5 days, maybe it was a week, might have been a week, I don't know. It was a very short time frame. Every single item and more off of that wish list was purchased and sent to us here at our house. Like, it was amazing. I couldn't believe it. We have a whole tote full. We have about 24 bags that contain blankets and fidgets and stuffed animals, coloring pages, little activity sheets, all kinds of stuff for the hospital to distribute to patients, notebooks for the parents, because they are so important to be able to write notes as the doctor's telling them so they can go back and refer to it later. Because if you've ever had a sick child, you know that you don't remember half of what these doctors come in there and tell you. You try to, but you're so tired, you're exhausted, you're worried, you're everything. And having that notebook there just to write this stuff down and just refer back to it is something that I can't put a price tag on. I wish I had that one of the first times Hayden was in the hospital, but I was using the backs of papers, of sheets that they were, papers they would bring in there about medication and stuff. But having had a notebook, I could have went back in future visits and referred back to those notes so we could see if anything was the same or anything was different. So kind of like a medical journal, I guess. So anyway, all of these things were sent to us, and it's amazing. So January 30th is Hayden's should be 20th birthday, and we are going to take this stuff and donate it on that day to the hospital in her honor. So we're doing tons of good things just giving back to the community, giving back to those in need, and giving back to you all through this podcast and through our support and through our love and through our fellowship, and just letting you know that you're not alone. Everything that you do every single day, let there be a purpose. Let there not be, I don't get on this podcast and tell you guys that I hand out these bags for helping the homeless, that I go to these shelters. I don't get on there and do this for kudos or for some kind of reward or for somebody to say, oh, you're so amazing. No, that is not my intent at all behind any of the things that I share with you all that we do for the community. I'm not gonna go out here and film myself working at the shelter or film myself handing someone on the street a bag because they are cold and they need it. I don't believe in someone else's humility for my personal gain, if that makes sense. So although I share what I do with you all here on my podcast, I'm not gonna make someone else feel humility or feel embarrassed or feel like they're less than me by plastering their face or their situation or anything all over social media, right? You guys will never know who I help in private, ever. You will never, I'll never show a face or speak a name or anything along that sort, because that's not why I do what I do. I do what I do because that's what God put us here for, right? Just to be humble and to trust that everything we're doing for Him and His glory. And one day I want to see my baby again. One day I want to be sitting in the beautiful kingdom of heaven with her. And I know I will, because everything I'm doing now, I'm doing for her, for my other children, for the glory of God. And some of you that listen to my podcast might not listen to it anymore because you might not believe. And that's okay too, because you're on your own journey right now and you're on your own path right now. I just know that this is the only way for me and my family. And this is the only thing that has brought us this far and the only thing that has gotten us through this. So here we are, 2025, praying harder than we've ever prayed before, for justice for so many, for Hayden, for Maddie, for anyone that has had a loved one taken from them, praying for all of these families in California that are dealing with these fires right now, praying for every pregnant mother, every woman that is trying to become a mother, just praying over all situations and praying for the addicts, praying for those addictions to just finally be less powerful and for them to be able to overcome the situations and become the people that they really want to be, that they really, really, truly in their heart want to be. But those addictions keep pulling them back and they haven't found that fork yet in the road, right? They might be there, but they're still like, let me just go to the left instead of going to the right. You know why? Because the left is more comfortable. As humans, we do that. We like to stay in our comfort zone. We don't like to get out of our comfort zone. We don't want to be uncomfortable. But change is uncomfortable. But it's so rewarding and it feels so good. It feels so good. I had therapy today too, guys. I love my therapist. She is so amazing. I will not be missing episodes anymore this year. Promise. That is a promise that I'm not going to break to you all, because I did spend the last couple of weeks pre-recording some episodes so that if I do get sick or overwhelmed or whatever, I have those backup episodes that I can run for you guys. This year is going to be all positive. it's going to be positivity in this place, y'all, because we are glowing up. Growing up and glowing up. I'm going to be a grandma, y'all. I'm so excited. So this year is blessings, 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 blessings. Amos 9:13. Amos 9:13. Go look that scripture up. Thank me later. I love you guys. And I will see you next week on Wednesday. Stay tuned on the podcast page because I will be dropping more stuff on the podcast page this year, just so you guys know what the topics will be for the upcoming episodes, and might even drop some little shorts like I did a couple times last year. I'll do a little bonus episode on the 30th on Hayden's birthday before we head out to Inova. I think it's okay for me to post about giving back for that purpose, because that's giving to sick children. Of course, you're not going to see the children. I'm never going to see the children. I don't know who these kids are, but being a mom of a child who spent weeks at a time in the hospital with no toys, nothing to do, bored out of her mind, crying. Like, I understand how important this is and how rewarding it is. So I will do a little, maybe a live or something that day, January 30th. So anyway, we're doing lots of good things. I'll be posting some community stuff around on the Facebook pages and things if you want to get involved and volunteer and just do good things. Just be a good person this year. Just do good things this year. I just told one of my kids the other day, if you won't go do that out in the middle of in the middle of the town in front of everybody, don't do it at all, right? But then I sat back and I thought about that, and I'm like, but I don't want them to also think like everything they have to do for the public, right? So then I had to sit down and explain to them, like, you guys know, like, when we give these bags out to people, when we hand them out our car window, we're not putting that on social media. We're not taking pictures of that. We're not, that could be embarrassing for people. And we don't ever want to make anyone feel embarrassed or less than us, because we're all the same. We all bleed the same color. So just love and be loved. That's what we're doing in 2025. Okay. I love you guys. See you next week. Bye.